All right. Give me a second while we get some of our friends on here. All right, give me 1 second while I pull up the page. I'll get you guys the link. And the link is posted in Twitter right now if you want to join the hangout. There we go. All right. And that is the link. Morning, Kelly. Morning, Vince. I can't split my screen here so I can share some real estate here. There we go. Sorry, I'm just kind of waiting for everybody else to show up. Because, normally when I do a stream at 9 in the morning, you actually, do a stream at 9 in the morning. Morning, Ricky. I have posted the Hangout link if you're interested. All right, so if anybody that's not familiar or has not heard, which I'm sure pretty much everybody here has heard, but the purpose of the stream this morning is just kind of to hang out and talk about Mike, or Wiley's 3D. From what I understand, yesterday morning was the end of his journey here in the reality stage. So we won't be able to do any of the maker stuff with him anymore, but I'm sure we can all keep him in our thoughts and remember him. And I have his that's still there. So I'm still going to keep that on my wall, just kind of to remember him by. So the solemn part is that, we're not going to forget you, Mike. You've done a lot of good for all of us in the community. You've certainly helped some of us launch bigger channels and give it good advice and have been a compassionate ear. And we appreciate that. But anyway, and the fun part that we all really should talk about is what an awesome pain in the ass he was. But let me follow up on these messages here. I do have Discord open as well. That is, I mean, I don't have it on here, but I am going back and forth. I'm going to check that out. So I make sure I stay up on the messages. But again, the Hangout link is posted here in the chat if you would like to come in and hang out for a minute and, you know, talk about, you know, fun stuff that you've done with Mike. Let's see. Right? Oh yeah, Ricky, you're right. He did. He showed us many times what not to do. Like cutting mirrors or hooking up power to MKS boards. Yeah, it was good times. There was a lot of times where I thought he was always going to be like, do everything right. Because I was like, that was my thing, was like, if you're going to do it wrong, that would definitely be a me thing. And, oh yeah, no, when he toasted that one board, that was pretty epic. Morning, Walter. Yeah, if you want to join the hangout, I've got the link posted above there in the chat. So yeah, no, that was epic moment when we got to see the morning never let the machines win. Yeah, when we got to witness him toasting that board on his live stream, that was pretty awesome. And I was like, look, it's not just me doing it. So I was pretty happy about that. But yes, nope, it is a sad day. But like I said, we're all makers, and I prefer to remember the fun times that we've had, not so much the focusing on the you know, that we won't be able to hang out with him anymore. But you know, I mean, he's a part of us now. No matter how many times he broke something, he never got angry or down. No one rolled with a fail like Mike. That is very true. Although the colorful language that came out of his mouth sometimes when he was getting to the, I'm not going to let this be a fail, that was the fun part. Morning, Joe. Yep. Nope. The colorful language, that was always my favorite part. You know, or the chain smoking when he got really going. That was even better. But yeah, we've had so many like streams with Mike. You know, him trying to do the what was it, the blue screen there in the background, and good morning, Ryan. Yes, his voice, absolutely. Very distinct voice. But also very helpful. I mean, think about all the stuff that he did. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, when he got that big old belly laugh going when he got going. Oh yeah, that was funny. And he was never afraid to flip crap at us. Papa Top, how are you, buddy? No, we're just talking about Mike. He passed Sunday morning, and we're just kind of hanging out and trying to remember the good times and the stuff that we've done together, like all the streams. Yep. Mike was there for us when Walter went back to work and couldn't do the morning coffees. That's right. Yeah, I'm bummed because I didn't get to hang out as much with him lately because of the nighttime job. So, I mean, I feel like it's like I wish I could have just spent a little bit more time with him. I know he did pop into my live stream on Friday, and we had a good time. Hey, buddy. Is your audio working okay, Joe?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. Well, thank you for popping in.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Yeah,
Hopefully, we can get some other people pop in.
I
A
think
lot of
that.
people are watching Ivan and JT right now.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't realize that was going on, but that's all right. Like I said, it's just
They
mostly
only
just
go for another 20 minutes, so you can probably get a lot more people in here once that's up. Morning, Ryan. Yeah, that's true. Just reading some of the comments. It was nice that and the cool thing about Mike was he brought everybody in to chat. You know, he didn't care. It didn't matter who you were. He just jumped in for chat.
Morning, Walter.
Morning.
How you doing,
Morning,
bud?
Walter. How you doing, bud?
I'm all right.
Working from home today.
They closed our office in Tallahassee, dude. I work from home all the time now.
Oh, wow.
I have a meeting at 9:00 that lasts like 10 minutes every day.
Hey, now you get to work back from home again. That's what you were looking for before.
Oh, I know, right? But let me tell y'all, I'm gonna miss Mike a lot.
Yeah.
And
Mike got it because of you. Mike got that morning because of you.
I know. Well, it's not even that. I mean, Mike was on my morning shows because he couldn't
That's what
work.
I mean.
Yeah. And I mean, once I started morning coffee, Mike was there every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every day, and then he asked whenever I couldn't do the mornings anymore. He asked, he's like, "You care if I do it?" And I'm like, "No, Mike, man, you stream whenever you want to." And I was happy to jump on when I could, especially stop in and say, "Hey," while I was working. But
yeah.
I'm just going to miss the shit we gave each other going back and forth. And sorry if I can't say that on your channel.
No, you're good, Walter. This is all
because that's what we did,
Oh yeah, it was all banter.
I mean, how many gnomes did I get at Murph?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I totally forgot about that.
Talking with you on that too, you were like, "Geez, oh Pete, where does he keep on getting these things?"
I mean, it's like he was pulling them out of his butt just to put them on my printers, man.
And then just the different sizes and the different colors, and it was just like,
oh yeah, I've still got, I don't know, 10 or 12 in my daggone box over there from Murph. Because we would just take them off and I'd throw them back. The ones I didn't take back over to y'all.
I know a few ended up on my desk too, and then I end up every time they ended up on my desk, I'd switch them over to his desk.
Yeah. But
yeah, Ryan, totally understand that. Yeah, I think that was kind of the relationship we all had with him. I mean, that was what made him awesome. It's like he didn't hold back and he gave us all crap and it was all good fun. So,
well, it's really funny because a lot of people don't realize how much even like YouTubers that YouTube all the time, how much we miss somebody when you're not there.
Yeah.
I asked around about somebody that wasn't showing up on my streams anymore, and I finally got in touch with him, and he wasn't feeling well. He was down and out, and that's the way it is. I mean, you're a community. You miss that part of it when it's not there, and it doesn't matter. From my first 100 subscribers to now, what I'm almost at 1,400. It really doesn't matter. If you're in my streams often, I will miss you when you're not there.
Yeah, I mean, Walter, I gotta say, I mean, when you went back to work, I was like, I had withdrawals, and it wasn't, and I don't want to say it was just you, but it was talking with all the people and communicating and interacting with everybody. And then when Mike took back up, it was like, oh, hey, we got that back, because it makes a difference, even if it's only a couple times a week, or whatnot. Being able to interact with everybody in the community it's huge.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I may actually be able to start doing some morning coffees again because they actually want us to work from 9 to 4 instead of working early like I normally do. Yeah. So I may be able to pop back into the 6 to 8 and do that again, here and there, not every day, but when I told my wife yesterday, I mean, she really took it hard yesterday. It was hard on her.
I was shocked in the fact of how when I told my wife, she was because when I came back, because I sat next to him for Murph.
Right.
He saved me a spot. He saved Buttram and Robbie Mack a spot. Behind us to kind of get us all in the same area. Type thing. And and I told her, and normally she's a very she's got that Russian. She's Russian, so she's got that Russian personality of they're just there's very little emotion there, but she really took it because she saw how much it bothered me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Welcome,
No doubt
Ricky.
about it.
You guys.
Morning, Ricky.
Morning, Ricky.
Oh.
But yeah, if anything goes on, I mean, just if anybody does any kind of anything for Brenda and Candy, just we just make sure we put that out there, because Mike got it organized for me for my dad last fall, and I want to give back on that. That was, like you said earlier, as much as he was, cursing and cussing and, and just, throwing the stuff out there, just a huge heart, I mean.
Oh yeah.
No, we all love each other. I mean, that was the big thing, and that's, I think, one of the things that he was good at was getting us together. And yeah, so.
Well, I just tweeted out
Haircut of yours too, man. I was throwing me off with that haircut.
Sorry, I know. Bad time to reveal the haircut today. I'm telling you.
Hey, mine's not too far behind it. I think it's going to be today or tomorrow.
I'm just trying not to lose it this morning. I'm telling you, dude, this is killing me.
I
I
hear you.
want to
I
want to be happy, and Joe, you're like killing me.
I know. I just, it's just shocking. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like you, Joe. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, so it's going to be one of those try not to break up kind of mornings,
Yeah, I think we're all there this morning. So, and of course, I didn't bring any tissues, so I'm wearing my glasses, hoping that it's not going to be too obvious. But
yeah, y'all didn't. I don't know if y'all caught the end of the stream yesterday. I had to take over for Glenn because he couldn't finish.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't get to catch it live, but I knew something was going to happen, so I watched it back later in the evening while I was doing some caulking in the house, and and I was like, I needed something just to keep me distracted. And you guys, it's just that whole community thing. It's that just talking and everything, and you guys just it keeps you going. It just keeps you going. Ricky, I don't know how you're going to handle singing. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I was singing, I would be very emotional. Because I know there's probably a lot of emotional songs.
Well, just hope nobody makes any requests for any sad songs tonight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, people, keep it positive for me.
Hey, Ricky. Yeah, we just do. There's a tear in my beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you do anything and you dedicate anything to him tonight, make sure you get somebody to do a little bit of video on it and throw it out there for us.
And my wife drove yesterday because CMA Fest, and we never know if traffic's going to be a nightmare, and I was going to have to just get dropped off and walk into the club and her park. So I was on my phone checking Twitter after I got off stage last night, and that's when I saw it. And
yeah,
it was one of those gut punch feeling kind of moments,
Well, I tell you, what's name? Ben Craig texted me and let me know, and then Buttram shortly afterwards, sent me a message on Discord, and because I hadn't been checking Facebook, I'd been busy doing house and yard work all day yesterday, and I wasn't checking Facebook, and I've got Brenda and Mike on Facebook, and
that's me as well. I've been spot checking Twitter every couple of days, but that's pretty much it. I haven't checked Facebook or anything for dang near a week and a half. And when I got told yesterday on my stream, I was like, no, I mean, it just, and it was like an hour. The post was like an hour old at that time, 58 minutes since his aunt posted it. And I had to stop. I stopped Glenn in mid sentence. Just stop.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what happened. I really have no idea, and I don't know if anybody does. I wish somebody did. Then I would know.
The only thing I know is Candy used his Discord account to make a post on I believe it was Ed's Papos Projects.
Oh, okay, because
channel and said that he passed away and said that he did so naturally. So I would assume in his sleep.
That's I saw on the post from Brenda and because Brenda had a post out there as well, and she said he passed in his sleep. So the only thing I could take from that at this point in time is just heart failure.
Yeah.
I mean, and he hadn't been feeling good lately. I mean, his streams, he hadn't been streaming a whole lot and everything.
Yeah, he skipped a couple last week or whatever that he would normally have done, and made a post on Twitter that he wasn't feeling well, and so he wasn't going to stream. But I knew he was always in pain and not, he never felt good. And so I just kind of took it as, well, it's a bad day. I didn't know that meant we had so little time left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody that's chatting, we are reading your responses. I'm sorry. We'll definitely get to those too.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I just saw the post on Discord because I hadn't been on my Discord in a while either. Matter of fact, Nappin is the one that told me you were going to stream this morning, or that you had sent me a message on my Discord. I didn't even know. Yeah, Nappin told me about it.
Yeah, I posted that. I mean, Ryan had gotten a hold of me yesterday and pointed it out. I hadn't heard anything because, like I said, this weekend's been just busy. Friday, I had Mike was helping me with a project because I'm working on a laser. So he was, he was kind of helping me pick out a rose that I could print, which is kind of a bittersweet thing at the moment. But, so I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. And then Ryan said that, and I just started reaching out to everybody that I could think of. And, I mean, obviously you were on my top of my list for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just waiting for D. I think D's going to be popping in at some point too.
Yeah.
But Glenn and I talked about it, and Chris as well after the stream yesterday. There's no guarantee for tomorrow.
No, and that was one of the things I was saying to my wife, because he's only what I was gonna say he's around our age, right?
He's 46.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a year older than me. I told my wife 48.
48?
Yeah, he was born in 71.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, because that's right. He was a year older than me. I turned 47 in September.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I mean, the thing is he's our age, and something like that happens. That's just like, my wife was like, yeah, we, at that point, she's like, we really need to make sure we've got good health insurance or life insurance.
Rover.
Usually, somebody passes away. Usually, you have some precursor, some warning to it. They go into the hospital for something, and
right.
You have a little time to prepare yourself because you can see the struggle happening before the end. And it's those that catch you off guard like this that they seem to hurt just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like how many streams that we did together, and it's like he's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna let this print go, and I'm gonna go lay over there in my bed for a little bit, but I can still hear you. And then, of course, you hear the the chat bot going in the background.
Yeah. And that was the thing I loved the most too, because I wasn't always able to get on and everything, and there's times I was able to get on like every time he had a stream, and then there was I last couple weeks I wasn't even watching because I was busy. It's just up and down thing, and now I'm like, damn, I wish I would have just taken the extra time last week and got on the
Yeah,
the hangouts when I could.
thing is, you always do that. I know about 5 years ago, one of my first cousins, I saw him in the dollar store in the morning. We were both picking up some light groceries or whatever. That night, he got killed in a car accident. You know, if I'd have known, I'd have talked to him for 10 more minutes, or
Yeah.
you can't second guess that. I mean,
No, I know, but it's one of those things where now, to your point, Walter, life's short. We gotta,
yeah.
spend the time when we can.
And y'all have heard my story. I mean, in 2004, when I got in a motorcycle wreck, my whole attitude changed about everybody. And I've told that story, 10 or 12, 15, 100 times. And that's why. Because you never know when you're the last person somebody's going to talk to, or they're the last person you're going to talk to.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. I got in my motorcycle accident in I think it was 06. And from there on out, I completely was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop this, not hanging out with people, not talking with people, and get out and put myself out there with my friends and family and do the things that just need to be done on a daily basis. Life's too short.
yeah, see, I'm just waiting on Ricky to make it big and forget us all.
Yeah, no, I can't see Ricky doing that. It's just not the personality he is.
Oh, I know, man. I know.
Thank God.
And I'm a little old for making it at this point.
No, you're not.
Come on, man. No, you're not.
I don't think so. I think you can make it anytime, buddy.
Hey, Ricky,
record labels aren't signing 42-year-olds anymore.
You know what, Ricky? I told you about my brother. He had the lead singer from Dishwalla
Right.
is working with him to produce him. My brother's 50 years old. Don't think that you can't, because you can.
Right. Well, I guess it's a little more in the face in this town.
Come on. Hey, Ricky, don't say they don't sign 42-year-olds, man. I mean, come on. Now, if you could sing like Chris Stapleton, he's 41.
But Stapleton had been in this town for like 15 years, and he'd written a lot of hit songs. He had his own money already.
Well, that's true. That's true. But how long you been there? You've been there a while too, right?
It'll be 5 years in August.
Oh, that ain't too bad. You got 10 more years. You'll be 52. They'll still sign you.
Yeah, look at Ryan's post, man. Come on, Ricky. You got supporters, and besides, we're about making it, right? This is a make it community. So I mean,
that's why at this point the career's kind of pivoted more towards the songwriting end of things. I just need to get myself to a point where I'm more financially stable to actually get rid of a couple shows so that I have more time to write. Playing 6 shows a week, when I do have a day off, I don't feel like playing guitar and singing.
I hear you. Man, this just community in general is just fantastic, especially the 3D printing community.
Well, what I was thinking about the other day is that this is one of the things that Mike was good for, is that the maker community doesn't need politics or religion to work. We work together. That's one of the things that Mike was good for.
Yeah.
So you got problems.
He doesn't need politics or religion to work.
It works, and that's I think one of the things that I appreciated, like with Mike and everybody.
Can D hear us?
Yeah.
Can
you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning, D.
I've been trying to jump in, but the links on Discord wouldn't. It said not authorized to join call.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes. I think because it treats it like a bot spam or something like that. So that's why I posted it back in the YouTube chat again.
Yeah, since I moved to Nashville, I don't have a lot of in-person friends that I hang out with and stuff. So, that's what, the YouTube 3D printing community has kind of become for me is the closest thing I have to a real circle of friends. And so we lost one of the good ones.
Yep. Well, Ricky, every time I come through your neighborhood, man, I try to stop by.
That's true. That's true. If I ever got myself down there in the swamp, I'd stop in and see you, but I don't ever make it down there.
Yeah, you and your wife and son need to go to Disney World, man.
Yep, my son has zero interest in Disney World.
Then you know what? You just go over to Universal. It's right next door. Well, not right next door, but close enough.
Hey, my house is next door to Universal. Well, not my house, but my aunt's house. So
Yeah. You're in Lake City?
I'm not. I'm in Maine now, but
Oh, in Maine.
although it's more like Lake State, but
I hear you.
And now he says creepy Maine things like going way up there, huh?
yeah, up east or down east.
I know it's really funny because everybody that moves down here, they always say, "Come up and see me," even though they live further south than I do now. I'm like, I'll come down there and see you. I'm not going up.
And, you do it as joined the chat. He's in there.
Yes, he did. What's up, John?
Hey, John. I haven't been paying very close attention to the chat.
I've been watching it. I've been telling them too. It's like, we are watching the chat, and what they're saying is just as important as what we're saying. Just sometimes you get caught in the moment.
I've been kind of like reflective here and not paying attention.
Yeah, I believe me. I was having a moment where I was fighting some issues myself. So, but
Just like I said I think I tweeted on Buttrum's. It's just
Yeah, I got some more coming in today.
it's just one of those things where where does that come from? Out of the blue, nowhere, nobody.
I don't know what you guys do.
It just didn't go from one thing to the next, and just to hear something like that, in the middle of the day on and you're like, wait a minute, I just watched him, yesterday or something like that. It was just like,
yeah.
How you doing, Robbie Mac?
Like when he does the flyby bombs in my streams when I actually have them, because I don't have a schedule, and he still managed to always find it. Come in, give me some crap for a little bit, tell me how boring I am, and it's always been fun, and that's the biggest thing I miss, because it's like whenever I felt like I was just like, why do I bother? Because I do this for fun, but it gets down. He'd be like, because it's fun and I get to give you shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is just it's so good. Everybody's able to rib each other.
Oh yeah. Well, some people take it way too personally, and that was just like our relationship with Mike. It was not out of bounds. Give each other shit. That's what we do. It's fun.
I think Mike only joined my stream so he could get a glimpse of my old lady every now and again.
That could be. That could
I
be.
know a lot of times that's why I do, Walter.
I know, right?
And it didn't matter how many times the trolls would show up to bomb his streams with thumbs down. He'd be like, "Give me more thumbs down. I'll take them all."
Right?
Or when we were doing we'd do the stream and we'd have these weird people pop in, and he's like, well, did you want to add to this? I mean, you can if you want. And then they'd start doing lewd stuff. And he's like, oh, never mind. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, with the F-bomb and the S-bomb and all those involved, it was just kind of, but, the idea was to still try to keep it as a, something we could still all enjoy. So,
yeah, back when he was still putting the Hangout link directly in the chat,
yeah,
I remember a number of times that like totally like off the wall things would happen.
Yeah.
People that didn't even speak English and would pop in and start. They had no interest in 3D printing whatsoever. That's not what they were there for. They were literally there just to, cause a disturbance. And Mike would let it happen for like a good 3-4 minutes before he would get out of the Hangout. It's like, Mike, these people obviously have nothing to contribute here. Why are you leaving them in here?
We had that one time where somebody actually took control of the Google Hangout, and we're like, "Oh, we can't shut this off." And he's like, crap. I guess we're gonna have to like shut the stream down." Start
Yeah,
over.
in the stream.
Oh, that was funny. Oh God.
And then he had the pornographic moment that happened on the one stream.
Yep.
Oh
Somebody
yeah, I
jumped in.
remember that.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah.
you need to make sure you send a link to Brenda about the stream.
I will.
Maybe not today or whatever, but send her a link to the stream.
I did
I
reach
think-
out to her in a private message on Facebook.
Yeah,
You
Brian.
know, and I said that, I told her, I said, the community's here for you. Just let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that I mean, I would love to be involved with some kind of, just a fundraiser to help her and his daughter, because I mean, we all have been there. We know how tough that can be, and
Oh yeah.
even if it's just support, I mean, it really doesn't matter.
yeah.
I don't even know if he had anything to take care of himself after this.
Right.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Probably not.
no.
Mike was never a plan for the future kind of guy.
No, not really.
You don't say.
He lived for the moment. He did live
Yeah,
for
he
the
was very
moment.
much in the moment.
He's the only person I ever met that I sent him stuff and he still gave me crap for it. Like, he's like, "What? You couldn't have gotten it here 2 days earlier?" And I'm like, "I told you when I sent it."
Yeah, he was
Oh,
he was good, and that was, I guess that's the funniest part of the whole thing is he was really good about just making you feel like teasing you about it, but making you feel good about the fact that you did it.
yeah.
Yeah, as weird as that sounds,
No, but he did it in love. I mean, it was like there was nothing about it that was malice or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just, he always kept us on our toes because you always wanted to one up him. It was like he'd come up with something and you'd be like, oh. And if you had like a witty comeback, like right then, it was like he'd be like, "Oh, good one," But he was like ready to receive, but you had to like be quick sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He was always trying to sneak in buying another printer without Brenda knowing about it.
Yeah.
To go with the like 3,000 monoprice minis he had. I'll get that one working. I got that one working. Oh, works like a champ.
Yeah.
He bought those the two Enders and didn't tell Brenda that he bought them, and then she like came home when the delivery came to the door. Oh. Couldn't sneak that one by her.
No, not that he could have anyway,
No.
but he got
That's
that.
That's the ones him and Candy put together, isn't it? Side
Yeah.
by side.
Yeah. And now, I wonder if for her, if 3D printing will become something that she'll, continue to show interest in, or if it'll be something that'll be, painful because it'll remind her of her dad.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I
I don't know what she's like 11, right?
Yeah.
She's been very interested in it, though. I mean, she was always over his shoulder while he was doing that stuff, and
She put the 1 and her 3 together herself pretty well.
yeah.
And I think I think Mike even gave Chris Riley some crap when the one time Chris was putting together the Ender 3 that his daughter put it together faster than he did.
Yeah, right. That was when me and Chris did them side by side, and then when Mike and him did it, he gave Chris crap about, after they did it, he's like, yeah, we did it faster than Chris and Walter. I was like, yeah, uh-huh. That's tough.
Oh God! And his what was it? The extruding signs he was starting to do. Oh.
I don't know what my dog was deciding to bark at there, but sorry about that. You got 3 puppies hanging out with you there today, D.
Yeah.
No, usually it's just the 2.
There's 3.
Usually one's out of the view.
Okay.
Right? You like to snuggle up by the top.
TK, it sounds like pretty much naturally or close to it.
Well,
Yeah, Candy said naturally, so I assumed in his sleep.
Yeah. Probably in his studio bed.
Yeah. He lived in that room. Gosh,
Oh yeah.
I don't think he left that room.
Oh my God. And it didn't matter what time you streamed. Like if, he's like all of us. It was like if we streamed, he was like, I'm on this. And he would like jump in, even if it was for like 5 minutes. And you're like looking at your watch going, when the hell do you sleep, dude?
He doesn't. He didn't.
And he's like, I
He
sleep
never
all
did.
day. I just go take naps.
Yeah.
most of the time he just slept on the stream.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, we had a couple when he would just nod off and he'd be like, or he'd actually, like I said, he'd tell us and he'd be like, I'm gonna go lay down. And it's like, I'll leave the stream going. It's like, okay.
But that meant he'd be back in 15, 20 minutes because that's about all he'd do is nod off for 15, 20 minutes and then he'd come back.
Yeah. Well, I think Chatbot liked to keep him awake too, because then we'd start, as soon as he went to sleep, we'd start doing the Chatbot messages at him.
Spam the snot out of him.
Mike, you're so sexy. Come on, Mike.
Oh, that was
Roll
so,
over with me.
that was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Then you had
Face
Ben
with
all of his,
tears of joy.
face with tears of joy. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah. Hawk. Oh my God, Hawk would just spam the snot out of him with that all the
Oh my
time.
God, yeah.
And Mike would be like, "Didn't we have a conversation about this?"
But he wouldn't get mad.
No,
He wouldn't
no,
get mad about it.
no.
He would just be like, oh my God, really?
I think it was the rest of us going, "What the? Come on!"
No, we have to wait like 3 minutes for all of Hawk's like face with tears of joy to like
Face
go
with tears
by.
of joy, face with tears of joy.
Yeah. Anybody reach out to Ben?
I talked to him on Twitter last night, and
Talking
then
about Hawk?
Yeah.
and then I hit him up on his Discord this morning.
Okay.
Because that's another thing that whenever Ben would wake up, which would be like middle of the night for me, he would always say, have a good morning post on his Discord. And without fail, Mike would post a funny GIF immediately after he would say, Ben would say good morning. So it's like middle of the night. And Mike was up posting funny GIFs on Hawk's Discord.
Oh yeah, TK's got a good one too about him falling asleep on the stream and all of us going, Mike, go lay down.
Yeah. And that was just, and it's so, the thing with that I kind of found things that might bother some of the rest of us, and maybe it doesn't bother. I don't know, but like when he had all his teeth pulled, he was laughing and having a fun time with that.
Yep.
It just all the other things he didn't let it knock him down.
Nope, he'd be like, hey, look, all of them are gone now.
Yeah. His PLA teeth that he's always talking about.
Yeah. I'm gonna 3D print myself my own teeth. Or what was that print? He was doing that sign one day, and he's sitting there and he's like cussing and swearing, and he's like, the layer's messed up. And then he starts like doing stuff with a chisel and sandpaper, and he's like, it's gonna keep going. I'm gonna let it keep going, and it like boogered all crap. And he's just like, no, we're gonna print this.
Oh yeah, he definitely definitely trumbled through it, you know.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot about the weed whacker filament. I'm sorry, I totally forgot about
Weed
that.
whacker filament. Oh my, yeah.
Yeah,
He nearly killed himself that day.
Oh God.
cooped up in that small room. He almost did himself in that way.
Oh yeah, no ventilation. I mean, that stuff was just. I mean, that's like raw ABS right there.
Oh, and Mike never let machines win. It's just, when he was moving moving the trailer, he should have been concentrating on driving, and he's too busy trying to interact with all of us.
Yep.
Or when he got kicked out of his house and he was and he's live streaming trying to move and all that, but he waited until like the day he needed to be out before he even really started moving.
I know.
Well, what about the day he got in the trailer? He's like, he's doing all this stuff, and we're all like talking to him, and he's like, "All right, I got the printers going." He's like, "And I got this going," and we're like, "What about water?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't have that. I don't care." The printers were working. He didn't have water or anything like that in there, but it was all right because he had the printers working and the camera. And then when he fried the USB port on his and burned out his motherboard on the one computer, everybody was dying on that.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, look, I got smoke.
He always
smoking.
I would say the most unique sense of priorities.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I almost spit my coffee out, but yeah, that is very true.
No, his number
so much.
His number one video is the one where he smoked the board.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Because he was getting evicted and all that, and yet he was buying filament.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just would have loved to have been a fly on the wall, listening to the conversations with him.
Oh, not me, man. Not me.
Hey, I got a new roll of filament.
You need to save a down payment for your a first and last month's rent for your next place, dude. What are you buying filament for?
Yeah, that was when he got the 2 Ender 3s. That was my thought because he already knew he was getting evicted then.
Yeah.
And he bought 2 Ender 3s, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
You got to pay rent somewhere else, and they
Right.
want first and last month's security deposit and all that. What are you buying printers and filament for? But that was Mike. That's talking about how he always lived in the moment.
Never for tomorrow.
Renting the next place because that was a week or two away. He had money in the account and he could buy filament now.
Oh, come on, at Murph. What's name? Papa Top's brother bought that that one of those signs off of him. And instead of using the money towards like paying for the hotel room or something like that, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go buy, this filament over there or something like that." Yeah. He got some cool filament when he did that, though. I mean, he got some really nice filament. He was really happy with it.
Oh yeah, no, he loved filament when he had it. Oh, he was loving it because he was always printing something like the pumpkins, or I think he do a Walter pumpkin.
Oh yeah, he did a Walter everything.
Yeah.
And the cheaper the filament, the better.
Oh, absolutely. He's like, I don't care about that expensive filament. He's like, I print these $5, $3 bargain bin rolls all day long. They work fine.
Well, it's a 3D printed Vince is he's sitting there. He said $10 filament list every day. I miss that. I when he really. I mean, I got a lot of my parts printed because of Mike and him publishing out all those $10 filament days.
Yep.
Yeah, he was always on the lookout for cheap filament, and then he'd share where he found it with everybody, so that everybody could jump in and buy some cheap filament if they wanted to.
Oh yeah, he was all about the cheap.
Yeah, he would have
run. It'll be fine.
He would have jumped right on this morning. Everyone hit Facebook at like 5 o'clock this morning. the Area 1 filament, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
And the guy hit it, and he's like, "Hey, if you want a review and you're in the U.S., send me a message." So I sent him a message, and I told him I wouldn't buy his filament to do a review. And he's like, "Well, what if I give you 99% off?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." So he sent me a coupon for 99% off, and I got 2 rolls of Area 1 filament for 40 cents.
Morning, Vince.
And the thing about it is, I thought about Mike when I first saw it. I'm like, he'd have been trying to do it like 15 times. He went back in Amazon. Hey, add 2 more. Let's try it again.
Yep.
Especially if I can order 100 rolls at a time.
Yeah, they maxed it out at 2.
Oh God! Well, we had fun on the the Wish thing we did at one point with the they were doing all those bogus things, and Mike's like, "No, don't do it. It's a scam. It's a scam." And I'm like, "I know it's a scam, Mike, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it."
Yeah, I did that too. I got my 99-cent little sample of ABS filament in the drawer upstairs.
Yep, I've got I think I've got 8 rolls of that, or 8 sample packs of that somewhere in my desk. I'm gonna have to do like a homage to Mike for that one. It's like, Mike told me not to do it, and I did it anyway.
Right.
Well,
I
Robbie,
only did it once because I knew it was gonna be a scam. But I thought, what the heck if it comes out once with 99 cents.
Oh yeah. Well, I ended up getting it for free because they refunded my money, but it was still fun.
Yeah, everybody was getting up in arms about contacting your credit card company for refund and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I only spent 99 cents, dude.
Oh yeah, I spent I think
I'm not going through that much trouble to get my 99 cents back.
Oh yeah, but all I did is I had the people on Wish on speed dial because I've done a lot of stuff with them, and it was just like, yeah, you want to back charge that, and they're like, okay. So it wasn't really a big deal for me, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So hey, Robbie Mack just said his ball bearing filament.
Oh yeah.
Just this past Friday, he was talking about that.
Oh, him and his linear rails. Oh my God. And you couldn't tell him. It's like, Mike, print it the other way. No, you couldn't tell him that. He's like, I need him to be tall. It's like, oh, yeah, right. Mike, they're gonna split, Mike. I don't care. They'll work for now. I can print more later. It's like, I mean, what did he spend? Like 10 hours sanding stuff? I mean, for the linear rails, he's just like,
yeah. You just hear that the whole time during his thing.
It's like you hear the printer going here, and then you hear him going. It's like he's making his own music in the background. It's like, then he pulls out the Dremel, and I'm like, oh God. He's like, I gotta make holes. And it's like, Mike, stop.
And if you tell him something was a waste of time, he's like, I don't care. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I think that was the best comment.
Yep.
I got nothing else to do.
Oh God.
I think that was his comment for everything. What the hell else am I supposed to do?
It's like, I filament. We'll print.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that was, I think, the whole thing with the weed whacker filament was that he had this giant spool of it, but he didn't have any enough filament to do something else with, because he was I think he was running low on filament at that time. He's like, I'm just going to use this because I got a really good price on it.
The machines when he's herding cats.
Herding cats.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the cats and the kittens! I completely forgot about that because wasn't there a second cat that just got pregnant too? That they took in?
Yeah. His daughter got another one that was pregnant.
I remember when he was in the house last year, and they had I don't know a couple different dogs and the different cats and the birds, and he's like, I got a zoo here.
Didn't he have 6 or something cats in a box in the corner of his room for a while?
He still had them there. It was all the kittens.
Yeah.
Kittens.
And then his daughter went out and trapped another wild cat that was pregnant with another litter.
I don't know if you guys saw in the chat, but TK said that's what they should put on his gravestone. I don't care. I have nothing else to do. Or
Yeah,
better
but if
yet,
we don't-
Robbie Mac's right. They should bury him in those yellow yellow printed glasses that he had.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if we don't 3D print it out of bargain filament, he probably wouldn't want the tombstone on his grave anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, how long is that print gonna take? Oh, you can go faster than that. Yeah, that was always what he was telling me. He's like, what are you talking about? You're running at 60 millimeters per second? I'm running at like 300. He's like, let the machine have it. It loves it. And I'm like, dude, my machine would explode if I did it 300 millimeters per second. Oh, it'll be okay.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is like last night, after I got done with my work and I sat down on the couch, I just took my phone and I just kind of started flipping through some of the videos and stuff like that. Just, you know, that like I said earlier, that voice, that gravelly voice and that laugh, that, you know, and Clyde, you said the belly laugh, you
Yep.
know, it's one of those things you'll never forget it.
No. And he's unique to him individual for sure. You know,
Well, and that picture that his aunt posted to him from 10 years ago, I'm like, that doesn't even look like Mike.
I know. I was like, I saw that and I'm like, wait a minute. Are we talking about the same Mike here? And I'm like looking at the picture and I'm like, oh, there it is. I can see it now. She's like, that's how she wanted to remember him by. And I'm like, I can appreciate that. But, you know, we all kind of were with him during that stage of his life where he kind of just, you know, was him. You know, that wasn't the stage we're familiar with because that was before us, you know. This is after when he started with us. I mean, we see him we never saw him for like the face part that he was. We saw him for the person that he was. So.
Yeah. Definitely.
We saw him as that 48-year-old guy that looked like he was 68.
Yep.
78, 78, damn it, 78.
Yeah, no kidding. Somebody, when I first started talking to him and everything, and they're like, oh, he's like, yeah, you know, at that time he was like 47 or something like that, 46. And he's like, you know, oh, yeah, you know, I'm like, dude, no, there's no way. I'm like, no, you're just lying to us. I'm like,
I don't want anybody that's close to 50. I don't want anybody that's close to 58 to be offended. That's why I said 78.
Thank you, Walter.
You're welcome.
Oh God. No, it's funny because I think one day we were having a conversation about who's older in the stream right now, and I'm like looking around and I'm like I thought you were older.
All right.
And then he's like, oh, I'm this old, and I'm like, oh damn, dude, you're only like 5 years older than I am. Yeah, I was dying. I was like, because I can't remember who ended up being the oldest in the stream, but it actually wasn't. It wasn't Mike.
Right.
I think Papa Top or who was in there that day. I can't remember, but somebody was in there.
I was in there.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, that was funny. But yeah, he never. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I know me and Glenn give each other hell about being older than each other. We're 3 months apart, but
I love that.
Yeah.
Glenn has no hair.
Oh, I know, and my beard is just as gray as it can possibly be.
No, that it looks like it's, you know, I don't know, blonde.
But I think, to be honest, Walter, I think you spend more time outside doing your moving your workshop than Glenn does ever. So he's almost preserved. He's in like this what do you call those bubbles?
Yeah.
He's got his bubble. It's like when I first met him at IRF, it was like he's like comes up to me and he's like, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. And he's like, you know, and his son's handing up these the pieces and stuff. And he like
Morning, Ron.
touches me on the shoulder, and I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I thought you were a germaphobe. You actually touched me.
Now Glenn is just he's introvert.
Yes.
Yep.
And he, you know, it's really weird because once he starts talking about the printer, he forgets that the crowds are there. But when he has to stop and just be quiet at his stand or whatever when we're at like Murph or whatever, he gets really nervous. He starts retreating.
Yep.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had a pretty long conversation after I talked to you, Walter. I went and talked to him for a while, and we started talking about the whole introvert versus extrovert thing. And I told him, I said, Glenn, I'm an introvert. And he looks at me, he goes, no. And I said, yeah, seriously. It was all about, for me, I had to come out of that because I can't sell stuff. Even if I believe in it, I can't go out and be like, hey, yeah. I can't just walk up to somebody cold, and do this unless I practice. So I had to like convince my brain that I'm actually extroverted instead of introverted. And ever since then, everybody's like, no, you're not introverted. There's no way you're an introvert.
It's really funny because nobody believes me when I lie and say I'm introverted.
Oh, you're definitely not. No way. Not with that camera rig you had.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. When I lie and say I'm introverted, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're about as introverted as a couple of the rest of us.
Yeah, right.
I'm definitely referring to myself and a guy named Ricky.
Oh, see, I would have never guessed that's what you meant.
Yeah, right.
No.
Now, see, believe it or not, outside of the music setting, I'm not, a big extrovert. Now, and that's why I always called it it's a controlled state of schizophrenia. There's Rick Tanner and there's Ricky Lee Tanner, and they're two different guys.
Yeah. Well, one thing is too, you don't have to be an extrovert if you're not an introvert. You can be that happy medium that's just there. Yeah.
Trust me, it's not something I try to be an extrovert.
Right.
I don't want to be.
I hear you, John. That's pretty cool, man.
I just don't know what to do with it anyway, because now I just won't shut up. So
yeah. Hey, there's a lot to be said for being vocal, but there's also a lot to be said for sitting back and watching.
Yeah, that's the purpose of today. Is like I figured I'd host, but I figured I would be able to just kind of.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
I've yet to figure out that sitting back and being quiet thing.
Yeah, but we expect that. So it's all good.
All right, so here's the question I've got. To keep all this going, who can remember the first time you met Mike?
Me.
Okay, so share if you don't mind.
No, really and truthfully, I mean, Mike came in, and he'd say hey every now and again, but the first time we ever really like talked back and forth was in the stream when my wife walked in. And then he started talking about how I didn't deserve that and that type of thing. And we just, we struck up a conversation. And and the thing is, I remember he hit me up on Facebook, right? And that was really the first time that I saw a picture of Mike. And the next stream, he jumps in. I'm like, damn, you're one ugly fucker, ain't you? It was just, and we hit it off from there. I mean, that was our relationship from then on, and that was probably, I'd say about 11 months ago, maybe a year ago, because because I was probably not streaming 2 months when I first met Mike, so it's been a little over a year ago.
Now, did you start streaming before or after Murph last year?
It was after Murph. Well, it was actually right before Murph, and I did a couple of live streams while I was at Murph, outside the hotel. But I didn't really start morning coffee until a few months after Murph, because I was still working my day job at that time, so I didn't really have a chance.
Yours I caught was the one where you were putting your Porsche together.
Oh Lord, that's been a while.
Yeah, and
that was March, April, or May of last year, I think.
I think it was April or May of last year is when I started following you, and that was when I met Mike. And that was what I had noticed was, you could tell the people that come in all the time because they're the one, but it's not a matter of the people who chat the most, because just because somebody puts a lot of chat into it into a YouTube doesn't mean that they've been there for a while or they interact a lot.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's the conversation between the people that are there, you know. So like if somebody says something, somebody's, you know, will really interact with that person. And you could tell that Mike really he took to everybody, and he made sure that, you know, because I know when I first, you know, hopped in there, I had some dumb questions, and you know, Walter, you were always good about, you know,
Giving dumb answers.
No, you were always good about, you know, interacting with all the people and everything else like that, and it was one of the reasons, you know, really enjoyed, you know. And Mike really took to anybody who was new to try and help them out.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
And you know, that's the one thing I will say about Mike's streams. He was all inclusive. He didn't exclude somebody because they were, you know, not knowledgeable in a subject, or excluded because they were too old or too this or too that. You know, he was all inclusive. I mean, when he started off, especially when he started off his Hangouts, you know, it was a real cast of characters that would be in his Hangouts sometimes, because it was like, you know, these were people that we didn't see as a mainstream part of the 3D printing community, but they were a welcome part on his channel.
Right. Well, see, and that's one thing we talked about when he asked about taking over morning coffee. He's like, "Can I do morning coffee?" He said because that interaction, which was something that I tried to do, was what he wanted to continue, because that's what people like about it. That's what people enjoy. And it's got to be about my streams, because there's really nothing else for you to freaking enjoy other than sitting there talking to each other. But you know what I mean, though. I mean, it's
because he added the whole Google Hangout aspect to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him about that when he first started that off. You know, he's like, "Hey, what can I do to, you know, make things, you know, to take, you know, Walter's, you know, morning coffee and you know, take it a step up." And I'm like, invite a bunch of people in. I said, this way other people can, you know, because sometimes it's really easy to be able to get in and type in chat. I can't keep up with reading the chat all that often. So for me, it's easier to get in and talk with people.
Right.
Yeah, but Mike wasn't going to let a chat go by ever. Not even one. And it didn't matter.
No.
Like, I think we had that one stream we were all doing together, and we had like 20 something people in there. It was like the biggest stream I think we'd ever had together. And I don't remember what the topic was, but it was just like the chat was just flying by, and Chatbot was like an hour behind. He's like, oh, and he's like, he's going through and reading them all, and he's like, okay. And it's like, what are you doing, Mike? And he's like, oh, I'm reading the chat. He's like, because he didn't want to miss anything. He didn't want to miss that interaction with people.
Yeah.
Hey, Clyde, throw the link back up there. I don't know if Derek wants to get in or not.
Yep. Yeah, and I was trying to think about the first time I got with him, because I don't remember if he went to my stream or if I went to his stream, but he's like, I'm doing a Google Hangout, and I'm like, what the hell's a Google Hangout? And he's like, yeah, here's a link. Just come in and, you know, we'll just sit and talk about it. Because I had just started doing YouTube videos at the time, and I was just like, sure, why not? You know, and it was just like, after that, it was like anytime I could, I was jumping in there and hanging out with Mike. And he was like, right out of the gate, he was such a dick, and I loved it. Because I mean, he would just be like, he's like, really? You're going to do that? You're really going to do that? And of course, when I was doing the Hex Mural project, which I'm still doing, he doesn't say, oh, man, I really like that. That came out good. You know what he says? He goes, where'd you get that graphic? Right. I don't remember sending that to you. And I'm like, you're such a dick, Mike. Because he was going to send it to me anyway. And I think, D, you're the one that sent me the graphic, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And he starts giving me all kinds of crap about it, and he wasn't being sincere with it, he was just having fun. But oh my god, it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But well, I'll tell you one thing. I guess I'm about the only other lazy one around. So probably Mondays and Fridays, or if you guys are interested in picking a day to have a hangout. Generally during the week.
I'll be there if you get it.
Yeah, I can pop in on the Monday ones. Friday I work early, so I can pop in on those.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm bummed that I missed the last couple of streams from Mike. So
Yeah, me too.
At least to keep everything going,
yeah.
Oh my god, the streams that would never end.
Oh God.
I mean, it would just be like, he'd be like, Mike, what time did you start the stream? He goes, I don't know, like when I got up, and it's like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and we look down and we're like, oh my god, it's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah, the streams back when he first started doing the Hangout streams, and the end of the stream was whenever Google Hangouts limit would be reached, which is 8 hours.
It shuts you down.
And it was not just, yeah, and it wasn't just one stream a week like that. It was every other day, 8-hour streams. It's like, Mike, we don't got to go that long. And he goes, I don't have anything else to do.
Right. Again, I don't care. I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, exactly. He goes, I'll go sleep. You guys talk. Keep my stream going. And I can't remember what happened. I think we had a stream crash like midway through. So we had the Hangout was working or something like that, but YouTube stopped. And we're like, Mike, stream, Mike. And he was out. I mean, we couldn't get him awake.
That's when he fell asleep in the coffee.
Yep.
I remember that. Oh.
He fell asleep in his coffee.
Oh. I guess that's what you call dedication.
Yeah, nobody can pick up on 8-hour streams.
I had to text him and everything to try to wake him up.
Yeah, Papa Top was saying when he first watched the stream, he didn't care much for him, but he grows on you. Yeah, like a fungus. He's like that. It's like the jockey that won't go away.
Like Mike never got to the 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, which is it's unfortunate. But
yeah,
he probably got to the 4,000 viewing hours in the first 3 weeks of streaming.
Oh yeah, easy. Oh, yeah. Like the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Because he had 4,000 hours of stream time, and it was if he had 2 people in there, boom, he had it.
Yeah, all he had to do was have 2 or 3 people in there in those 8-hour long streams at all times.
That's right.
And I bet he reached his 4,000 hours in no time.
Oh, actually, we did that one day. We were talking about the stream hours, and he's like, "Oh, I've got this many hours," and he goes, "Oh, wait, that's the wrong number," because he had to you have to go back and look at the other screen. So he's looking at one screen. And he's like, "Oh, wait, that's not right." And then he goes to the other screen. And he's like, "Oh my god!"
I will tell you, live streaming is great for getting viewing time, but it's not great for growing your channel.
No.
It's
and that
subscribers.
Yeah, you know what, Walter, that was one of the questions he had asked me too. He's like, well, what do you think I could do to get more people? And I went, well, I said, if you keep it to the 2 hours, people are more than likely to come in and watch. I said, after 2 hours, people got to start getting in, going and doing things. I said, just cut the video off at 2 hours. But you can continue talking to everybody behind the scenes.
And see, that's what I had to start doing, because y'all know when I would work on stuff for morning coffee, I mean, there was a couple of 15, 16-hour streams for me too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you're really not productive. And I mean, most of the time I'm not productive in 2 hours, much less more than that. But you're really on YouTube. I mean, after that, unless you're just building a kit or something of that. What's that?
You talking the little monster stream?
Oh yeah, the TiVo Little Monster stream went off the rails.
Oh, you went off the rails at that TiVo Little Monster.
I still go off the rails at that master.
You were a little cranky by the end of that stream.
Well, Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I had some misinformation about that printer when I got it, and y'all don't understand. I mean, y'all thought that I got that for free, but I didn't. I paid $600 for that machine.
Yeah.
I didn't know either way.
Yeah.
I
Now
don't think I cared either way.
don't get me wrong. That was at that time. That was a big discount because it was like $1,100 new at that time, and I got to make 3 payments for it. So, you know, it was I could do that.
You still
But-
can't really find it less than $900, I don't think.
Yeah, and believe me, the frame and the machine is worth it. And but without upgrading the electronics, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Which is
But
a hard
yeah, that-
sell on a new printer to spend $1,000 on a printer and then have to turn around and spend another $300 upgrading it.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, those streams were fun. The thing is, Mike would go and take a nap and come back. You know,
Absolutely.
he was there not the whole time because he'd fall asleep, or he actually didn't go anywhere. He just fell asleep in his chair.
Yeah.
He'd wake up and say, "All right, I'm awake now. Where you at?"
Right.
What are you doing now?
So
I slept for the last 20 minutes. What
yeah, what's up?
what did you do?
Matter of fact, I think a couple times I scared him awake on stream.
That's a success right there.
I know, right?
I know. If you do that and like he's on Google Hangout and you hear the chair go, blah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, we woke him up.
I think he was in on the group that made my Alexa go crazy back there too.
Oh,
I was definitely in on that one. I
remember that.
Oh,
You got
Yeah,
up
we
one
were
time,
having
Walter,
fun.
and you went into the other room, and we were having so much fun with that.
Yeah, I've learned now when I sit down, I hit the little microphone button.
Well, we did that was on Discord when we did that.
Oh yeah,
When we were messing with that,
yeah, I know.
we had it playing so much different music, and then we were sitting there trying to figure out if you had other ones in the house that we could get it to start playing music on those other ones in the house.
You can, but they're named. So I know I did it. My daughter's boyfriend was over last night, and I told it to start playing polka on hers.
You got to do what I did. Is I do a drop in on my daughters.
Yeah.
I'll drop in and I'll just start talking, and you could just hear the floor rumble because I'll be in the basement. You could hear the floor rumble. What are you doing?
yeah,
It's
Ron,
really-
you can come in and share too, buddy. This
Yeah, man.
is, like I said, this is an open stream for anybody to just pop in and say whatever they want about Mike. I mean, that's kind of the point, you know.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I've got one in my truck now. I've got the Alexa Auto.
For anybody to just pop in and say whatever they want about Mike.
I didn't
And,
know they had an Alexa Auto.
They
Walter.
do. I actually signed up for it months and months ago, so I got it at the low price of $19.99, and it's like going to be $49.99. So they gave us a trial or whatever. But I remember the first day I got it, I was playing with the lights here in the house because it's just like everything else. Like when I'm driving down the road, if my phone rings here, I can answer it in my truck on the Alexa.
Right. Yeah.
So because I've got the Alexa phone thing too, so it's pretty cool.
That's
Oh.
sweet. Have you seen the new what's the Spot 5? Yeah, so they got a new Spot 5, Alexa Spot 5. So it basically or Show 5. So it's the show, but it's only a 5-inch show.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
Instead of like the small circle one or the 10-inch one, for the people that have like the ring system.
Yeah. No, my daughter wants one of those Facebook things that follows you when you're talking. I don't know if you've seen those or not.
No,
Yeah.
too much technology. Oh my god!
I know it's a screen with a camera, so you can do like video chat or whatever, and it'll follow you while you're like walking around in your kitchen or whatever. It rotates to follow you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Me and Mike actually had a conversation about those at Murph. We were talking about them, And I said, yeah, don't ever get one of those, dude. Nobody wants to watch you walk around in your kitchen. I could just see him in his shorts and his wife beater.
Yeah, well, actually, every T-shirt he owned, he ripped the sleeves off of.
I know, man. I
He
know.
did that on stream. He'd be like, "Oh, did you look at the shirt I got from Murph?" And we're like, "Oh, that's awesome." He's like, "Yeah, I gotta cut the sleeves off."
Yeah, right.
And he's like, first thing he was working on is cutting the sleeves off.
What was it that Walter? What was it? There was something, and he was like he popped in and he had no shirt on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Remember that? I forget what that was though.
I was like, what the
Days
hell?
they used to do that a lot.
when he was moving out of the house, and so they had the AC and all that was already turned off and stuff. And he popped in to stream them moving from the house, and he popped in all sweaty and shirtless. It was
Right.
like, oh,
God, don't do that again.
Yeah, Ben's here.
Hey, Ben Craig.
Yep. Good morning, guys.
and then the edited video that he put out without a shirt on one time.
I know.
Maybe that was what it was. Maybe it was a
That
video.
was
he
the one that I think everybody gave him the most crap for.
Okay, that I knew it was. He was on screen with no shirt, and everybody's like, "What
Well,
the world are you doing, Mike?"
This was a video you recorded and edited.
Yeah.
No shirt on.
Yeah, he did that a few times.
Yeah.
He just
I
didn't
remember him
care.
having a few conversations with me, and he's like, "Yep, I was going to post a video today, but I completely forgot to put a shirt on."
I know we were.
And I always joked with him, as long as you wore pants, nobody cares.
That's right. Well, shorts in his case.
Well, we cared because we gave him crap.
Yeah. I mean, we tried. How long was it? He was planning on doing that video for the nozzle upgrade. You know, so because he came up with that, like putting the tube in there and screwing on the compression fitting and getting it all together. And I even printed the tool and everything, so get the right spacing and stuff it down in there. And he's like, "I'm gonna do the video on this. I'm gonna do the video on this." And I'm like, "Mike, when are you gonna do the video on that?"
Right.
Yeah. So, nevertheless, Machines Win was saying he had the on screen. He was wearing his shirt, and he's like, "I don't care. I don't have." Mike's or Machine said, "I don't got my or they don't have one in your size. I don't care. I'm gonna take the sleeves off anyways."
Yep. I know he came on with that one T-shirt. I can't remember if it was "Never Let the Machines Win." I don't know if it was your T-shirt or not, but oh my God, that thing was painted on.
Anything free, Mike would have wore. He didn't care.
Oh yeah.
Or if it supported somebody that he liked, he didn't. You could send him an extra small. He'd find a way to put it on.
Oh yeah. But that was his thing. He was like, "I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna support you, and it doesn't matter. Go ahead, send it to me, and I'll still support you."
Right.
The
Well,
last
I mean,
thing
look at me. I got off of YouTube and went to Facebook to play video games in 3D print. And he still followed me over there. He still talked to me every single time I was online. I mean, he loved being around people. He loved supporting people. I just think he did.
The last thing that I was giving him crap for was he had printed my dumpster, and he was using it to throw his scraps and trash on the desk. And the last thing I was giving him crap for was it's like, dude, if it would really help me out if you post a make of that on Thingiverse, because the last person that posted a make ripped apart the design because the lids were different. I was like, it'd be really nice if somebody would post a make of the new one with updated lids that it works now, And he's like, yeah, I'll get to it. And so then every time I'd see him, I'm like, "You gonna post that make today, Mike?" Never did. Now I'm thinking I need to put my dumpster so I can post an updated make on it myself.
There you go.
Well, you get some information. Off stream, he was so excited because Wednesday was going to be the day he gets his new teeth, and he was so excited. He was telling me, "Oh, I finally get to eat real food again! Yay!"
Oh yeah.
He was excited about that.
Oh yeah.
He lost like 35 pounds.
Was that how you lose weight?
Not so sure that was just the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was telling me like he wouldn't be able to do it Wednesday. He wasn't sure on Saturday if he was going to come on Sunday because he said he wasn't feeling great on Friday, if I remember correctly. And I was like, you know what, man, just take care of yourself. You know, stay healthy. It's
Yeah.
feels a little bit in vain to say, you know, not to say, hey, you know, thanks for everything you've done, but you know, we just don't know when we're gonna, you know.
Which I want to throw in real quick on this. Clyde,
Yeah.
thank you very much for doing this.
Oh, dude. Actually, I think I needed it just as much as anybody else did. You know, I mean, it was rough. I didn't realize how rough it was going to be until today.
Yeah.
Last night I definitely felt it.
It's been very, very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but I've definitely been a little bit more emotional, like today. You know, going back through all this, you know, than I was last night. But
I think we were all in shock yesterday.
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's definitely my pleasure to do it. And like I said, I appreciate all of you coming in to share too. I mean, that means a lot.
And
Mike, you pretty much touched a lot of our lives.
well, you don't realize how attached you get to folks either. You know,
Right.
Because we don't see each other every day. We don't hang out every day, but you know, we're still friends. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so good. Baker just jumped in and said he's still in shock. Yeah, I can believe it. It's a little shocking any time of the year, you know. Just hit me like a bag of bricks last night because here I am just getting ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden I get the message like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I jumped out of bed last night. My wife looks at me and she goes, "What's going on?" And I looked at her and I said, "I just found out Mike died." She goes, "What?" And I said, "Yeah," because she's been, when I was doing the hangout and stuff with Mike. I know Dee, you've seen her. She'd pop in a couple times because she'd hear like Mike go off and be like, "Fucking," and she'd be like pop her head around the corner, going, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just Mike." She goes,
Right.
"Oh, okay, hi, Mike." And then she'd go do her thing, but oh yeah, so she's like, "Yeah, go take care of whatever you need to take care of." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh yeah. Hey, I don't know if Minnesota Maker wants to hop in here. I don't know if you want to put that link back out there for him. Yeah, it you know, and that was Clyde. You nailed it there too. That, I mean, he got. Oh, that was so funny.
Oh my god.
He
I
would
know.
get mad about the dumbest things, but when he'd fall asleep and drop his cigarette on his desk and I'm going to set the place on fire, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, things happen."
Well, I forgot I was smoking that.
Right?
Yeah. It's like, or he'll get so focused and he's sitting there like this. He's sitting there and he's staring at his printer. He's focused on it. And you got the top view, you got the side view, and you're watching the cigarette just get closer to his fingers, and he's just staring. You're like, "Mike, that damn thing's gonna burn your finger in a second." And then he'd be like, you take one puff, and then he's like, you know, and like he's like throws it back into his thing, and he's trying to snuff it out, and he's like, "Okay, nothing happened there."
I'd love when he'd get lost and forget that he didn't light it yet. He'd go for like 2 or 3 minutes and he'd be watching his printer. And he'd try to take a drag and then he'd look at it real funny, but then so the printer would make a noise, so he'd go back to the printer.
Right.
God, so many hangouts late in the afternoon that he didn't go live on. Me and him would sit and talk, and Dee and butcher him, and just he'd be all enveloped in that printer, and then finally he'd go, "Gosh darn cigarette ain't lit. What the hell?"
Yep.
Hey, I saw him do the opposite too. He had one in his mouth, and he pulled out a fresh one and went to light it. When he did, he crushed out the one he had in his mouth with his hand. And he's like, "Oh, fuck, I just burnt the fuck out of my hand."
That's awesome. I didn't see that one.
Oh
Like,
my god.
Mike, did you not know you were smoking a damn cigarette then?
Oh, I know for the longest time we razzed him about the mirror tiles because he'd like every time he had to get a new mirror tile, it was like you could see the dread on his face.
Oh
It's like, 'cause
yeah.
it's like he'd buy 6 tiles knowing that he'd only have 1 left by the time it was over. And it's like he'd be like, you'd see him going to score it and stuff, and then break it, and then it's just like, and it's like, oh, and he wouldn't get like overly angry, but he would definitely get a little bit elevated when we'd start razzing him about it.
Oh yeah. You
Oh.
know what? That set him off the most, I think.
Oh
When
yeah,
he
It
started
was so much
teasing him.
fun. It's like, Mike, how's that build plate doing? It's fine. You gonna cut another one today? No. Yeah, he could definitely break one like a champ.
Oh,
But like I said, nobody rolled with a fail like mine.
No, absolutely not.
Well, guys, sorry, I got to jump off. My brother just got back from Guantanamo, so.
Well, welcome back home to your brother, and thank you for his service, of course.
Look at that, guys.
what's that? Let's see.
And nice. And thank you, Walter. I do that. I mean that sincerely. Thanks for popping in. I know that you've got a lot of stuff going too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But here we're gonna get.
Walter's muted himself.
Yep, Walter muted himself.
I think he's on a work call.
He's
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can see him holding up his microphone to his maybe like a headset.
But
Yeah, but like I said, it means a lot to me that everybody. I mean, I like I said, I was looking to see if anybody else wanted to host this because I'm not a big channel. I mean, I loved Mike. I mean, we all did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. But
Well,
yeah,
big thing would be is just share the link to the YouTube out to as many places. Many people, and all of us need to make sure we share this out afterwards. Just so that people can listen to the stories. Just little things. So it's just.
all right, Vince.
Vince heading out too.
Well, he said he's going to go into the chat. No, we appreciate. Did you want to say anything before you popped out?
I mean, pretty much. Mike's been a great guy. I mean, watching the morning streams, always willing to help anyone with their problems. Always willing to help out anybody. So he'll definitely be missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
Sorry, Ryan just posted the epic funny. You remember when he broke the mirror tile and he didn't have any left? So he had that like itty bitty corner of his build plate that he could use. Yeah, that's what Ryan was just talking about. Oh my God, that was funny.
Rather than putting a new build surface on of any kind, he would he would just
He's like,
slice stuff to go around the hole.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I still got usable. I got usable space on this. I don't need to fix it yet.
Well, he was filling it in with the glue too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's trying to level it out with the glue. Oh my God, that was funny.
Whatever he could do to make it work. Ingenuity was definitely on his side.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry guys, I got to jump with the company here, but like I said, if anybody's interested in jumping in Hangouts, if you all want to do it, let me know, and I'll start hosting them during the week.
All right, no, appreciate it. Yeah.
Gee, that would be great if you could do that. And I think you have all the guys here that are going to be willing to jump in.
Yep.
I will if I can wake up. Because this is early for me now.
Yeah, that's true.
I hear that.
Hey D, we'll try and get some the word out there with like Discord on the different Discord channels and stuff like that. Just do what Mike did, spam it.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Or just go makes Discord and just let them know that you're going to be hosting it from now on. With this passing, at least then they know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come up with something for my wall here, just as a memory thing, because I don't ever want to forget Mike. I mean, he's been such a wonderful person to have in my life, and I know many of yours too. So,
Absolutely.
and I do have another 30 minutes, so I'm gonna keep the stream going till 11, just so you know. That way we get that solid, 2 hours in here.
What, you're not going to go for the all-day stream?
Nah, I can't. I do actually have to go to work at some point today. So.
Oh, you're working again. Congrats.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, except it's like 5 to 11. So yeah, good times.
What you doing, bud?
Oh, it's a startup for a cleaning company, which I can now say, which is the company's called Clean Scene. And we actually want to try to paper the entire East Coast. So, which means that if I can get some contracts down in Florida, I get to go say hi to Walter. So, but yeah. We're definitely starting on the East Coast and trying to grow our brand. So,
Hey, check out Buttrum's latest comment.
hold on.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're always amazed how Mike would do some things he could do with a printer. Right? Yeah, I know.
You know why though? You know why I think he could do most of the stuff he did? Because he didn't give a shit if it failed.
No.
He didn't give a shit if it broke his printer. He didn't give a crap if it looked like crap. He'd try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, how many
That
printers
is the truth.
you hear the magic, that sound that everybody dreads? It's the.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
You're like, oh God, Mike, what did you do? And he's like, oops, that didn't work. And then he'd go back to like tweaking it again, and it's like you'd hear it a couple more times.
Like when he inverted the positive and the negative when he hooked up the power supply to the MKS board.
Oh yeah, yep.
Did he do that twice?
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
He tried
He unplugged it and then
powering it on the first time, and there was a little bit of smoke. And instead of like rechecking everything, he just tried to power it up again, and then there was a lot of smoke and a boom.
Right.
Oh, it's okay. There's only a little bit of smoke there.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah, that was just a little bit of smoke there.
And then the second time, it's like everybody in the
Back
chat.
on again. I'm like, what are you doing? You didn't find what caused the smoke the first time.
Right.
Everybody in the chat is going, Mike, blue smoke. And Mike's like focused on the machine, and he's not seeing the smoke, and then he turns around and he goes, oh, there's smoke. Everybody's like, dude, you can't smell it. It's right next to your face.
And then he didn't change the way anything was hooked up and just flipped the power on again.
Yep.
And the best part is like, oh, hey, there's smoke, and he just kind of waved it off.
Yeah.
Handed away. He's like, it's
Yeah,
just
there's a
there.
little bit of cigarette smoke and dust on it. It's all right.
Yeah. I don't think he was actually smoking at that moment either. That was what made it funnier.
He was so used to it, though. I bet you that's why he didn't notice it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good old Mike. It either works or it's broke.
Yeah, that weed whacker print was beautiful. I give him that. But yeah, like you said, death trap.
Yeah, right.
I still the weed whacker filament thing. That one right there. I still can't get that one out of my head.
Oh yeah, he's using weed whacker. He was like, "Don't do it. Don't follow me."
This stuff really stinks.
I was in a Facebook group and somebody said something about, oh hey, what about filament? I'm like, no. Here, watch this video.
Yeah. He's like, and at first it's like, it's not even the smell that was bugging him. He was trying to make sure he had good adhesion.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want the part to curl. It's like, well, how hot do you got your bed, Mike? And he's like, well, I don't know, like 80 or something like that. And it's like, he ran everything hot and fast. That was Mike. It was like,
Yep.
Run it hot, run it fast, it'll get done.
Yeah, too bad you never got finished that CR10. That would have been a great video to watch and rebuild that machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so proud of getting that thing, though.
Yeah.
That and that Delta.
The Delta?
Or not the Delta, Delta style.
Well, yeah, he did get a Delta style. He traded a CR10 for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to send him this one down on the floor because I've never had it running, and I know if anybody was going to rip their hair off, it would be him, but I just never got a chance to send it to him. Thanks, Pop.
Thanks, Pop Top.
Hey. Bye, Pop Top.
Later, guys.
Oh yeah, definitely go back and watch some of Mike's videos. Oh my God, there is, I mean, you can fast forward through the streams all you want, but I mean, just go through, look at them, and just enjoy it. We had a lot of fun together.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's the benefit of having the the YouTube channel and all that. There's always that to go back and have a retrospective of. So
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The best
Absolutely.
filament.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And yeah, thank you, Walter, too. I really mean that. Thank you for popping in.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not going anywhere yet.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure I thanked you because, like I said, I do appreciate that, and I know Mike would too.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
Yep.
I mean, I wish I could host this YouTube without getting any credit or anything for it, and just let people come see it, just to kind of have fun with it. Because I mean, that's the only sucky part about YouTube is that there's metrics, and it's like I don't care about that. It's like this is just for us, to kind of talk about Mike, and I wish I could just post it as just a video, and here you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Although
Steven said he was watching this moving video last night. Tears of joy for sure.
face with tears of joy.
That is something I'm going to miss the most. Is that
Facebook tears of joy? Facebook tears of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he used to get so riled up when I do that to him because we'd all take turns doing it, and I'd be like, "Hey, Mike," and he's like, "What?" I said, "Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears," and he'd be like, "Stop it."
but
yeah,
no,
whenever Hawk was in, I would do it just to piss off Mike.
Hawk always called him the angry elf.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
Oh, and then Hawk had to get around it because he had disabled the emojis at one point, and Hawk's like, Facebook.
He typed it
tears
in.
with joy.
Yeah, Facebook tears of joy.
Yep. Oh, I don't think anybody could rile him up quite like Ben.
No. Yeah.
No.
That's too bad Ben couldn't been here.
Yeah, I tried to reach out to as many people as I could with the Twitter and anybody that retweeted and stuff, but
I tweeted it out this morning as well. So.
Arigato gozaimasu. But I mean, again, everybody's welcome. I mean, I'm sure that other people probably pull up another stream and stuff. I just really wanted to make sure that we, I tried to honor his slot as much as possible, but 9 o'clock was as early as I could get. But that's okay.
That's when he started, actually.
Yeah, he changed it to 9 eventually.
Yeah, he said he needed more. He said if I can get more sleep, I'll take it. But
yeah. Oh yeah, but he was hardcore though. He would stick to that schedule like there was none other. It was like, I will be doing this stream at this time, and like if he was a couple minutes late, nobody said anything. But I love giving him crap when he slept in, and he goes, "Oh, I overslept." And it's like an hour late, and everybody's like, "Where you been, man? Slacker! You're supposed to get the hangout started."
Yeah, there was a Saturday morning about a month ago where I was up real early because I was on call, and Mike saw me on Discord and started talking to me, and then he started his hangout for the day and was talking to me, and he couldn't figure out why he started his show late, and I'm like, Mike, you've been asleep for the last hour. I've been trying to wake you up on this hangout.
Yeah.
He fell asleep on the hangout. And I'm like, Mike, wake up! Your show's supposed to start in like 10 minutes. Wake up!
He was definitely good for the micro naps.
Oh yeah.
Micro naps.
I remember.
I don't think sleeping for 4 or 5 hours straight is considered a nap anymore.
That was just Mike rolling naps. He'd
Right.
He'd wake up, do something, and then boop, back into bed.
Yeah, every time he finished the stream, he said, "I gotta get some sleep, man. I'm just feeling it." And I was like, "Dude, I know what you mean. I used to suffer from sleep apnea, so I know. Well, not sleep apnea, I should say insomnia. I'm getting tested for sleep apnea soon, actually. But I remember talking to him about, streams and everything else. He's like, yeah, by the time I'm done the stream, man, I'm so tired. I need to sleep. But he's like, keep the stream open though, keep it going. Even though the stream's offline, it now becomes typically a hangout, and we're just like or even after the end of the show, you would be talking for a little bit and then have to get some sleep. But oh man, I remember those after the feeds end were kind of fun too.
Oh, and those were always fun. Definitely when it was fun. So, I'm just reading through the chat. So, Ryan, if you talked to him on Saturday night, Ryan Buttram, because I saw his account on
last night.
Walter's Discord on voice chat yesterday afternoon. I saw him there on Walter's general voice chat on Discord. So, is that where you were, Ryan? Because it looks like he might have just fallen asleep and left it there. It's gone now. But
Well, Candy was on his Discord after.
yeah, but it was on the voice. It was on the voice part though.
It was. It was last night too.
Yeah, because that's what threw me off. It's like
he was in my voice chat.
Yeah.
Because we were talking to Ben about that last night because we were like, oh, he's still in Walter's general.
Yeah.
So just so you guys know, I did reach out to Brenda. She hasn't responded or anything, but as soon as I find out about any of the services stuff, I will definitely post out stuff.
Yeah.
I won't be able to make it, unfortunately, but
no, but I mean,
well, do you think they'll stream it? We should still ask her to stream it. I'm sorry, this is not being irreverent. This is being
I know. It's fine.
in real perspective, I think Mike would want that actually.
Yeah.
Mike lived on that for the last 8 months hard. I mean, Mike lived on the stream. That was what he did. I mean,
yep.
And like I said, I'm not trying to be irreverent or anything, but I think that's kind of like how all of us really, gelled together is because of that. Because it's like you knew when you logged in, Mike was going to be streaming.
Oh yeah.
It's like, nobody else is doing anything. What's going on? Oh wait, Mike's streaming. I'll go join him.
Yeah, that was it too. It's just anytime a Discord or anything, I knew if I just wanted to chit chat or talk or whatever, I go, hey, Mike, are you there?
Yeah. Well, how about when I was unemployed? All the crap he gave me when I was unemployed. He goes, man, you buy more stuff being unemployed than I could. Must be nice to have that kind of money.
Yeah, I remember what he used to give you about that.
Yeah, because I bought the laser when I was unemployed and the CR10S when I was unemployed, but it was because of my tax return stuff. And I was like, I need to make some money, so I went and got those so I could do jobs to make money. And he gave me so much crap for that.
Nah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get over here. I got to go back to work. Thank you for having the stream, man. Appreciate you letting me be on here.
No, thank you for being here, Walter.
Thanks for coming in, Walter.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Walter. It was awesome talking with you.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy.
See you, man. Yeah, I got to do the same. I got to get back to work, but glad I could stop in and give a little bit of love for our boy Mike.
Yeah. Well, I got another 10 minutes on the stream, so we're like I said, 2 hours is I think about the biggest we can do on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not as hardcore as Mike. I can't do an 8-hour stream like that.
What's wrong with you?
I'm slacking.
You know what? Well, you got to work up to it, Clyde. He worked up to it. You got to work up to it.
What do you do? One stream for an hour and then the rest were 8? Is that how you worked up to it? He was like, go big or go home. It's like, oh, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
That's the truth.
I remember when he started doing those, though, and then it went from 2 days a week to 3 days a week to 4 days a week. There was a couple where he did 5 days in a week, and I'm like, how the hell do you do this, Mike? 8-hour streams.
Well, Walter was doing 2 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
For a while there. I gave him all the credit in the world for doing that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I think
I
in the early run of things, Mike was easily, streaming 30, 40 hours a week.
Oh, easily. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
easy.
A bunch of us, we were all logging in. I mean, Ricky, you were in there constantly. I know Ron was in there. I was in there. Dee was in there.
I got it. I was in and out. It was,
Yeah.
like maybe once a week I would get in.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd get busy doing something and walk away from the camera, and I'd come back. Sometimes I even leave the house, and I'd come back like 4 hours later, it's still going.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
Because you'd pop in, you'd be like, "You're still streaming?" Yep, still streaming.
yeah, I used to get up around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning if I was working a late shift, and I log in, and all of a sudden he's still going. I'm like, what?
Like, man, I did a full day's work, and you're still streaming when I get home. Nice.
Yeah, and that was about what it was too. It was like, nice. I left and
He loved giving. I think
on the way to
Ricky.
work, and then I'm listening to it again on the way home.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Ricky, you're the only one that he gave like the maximum amount of respect to. Like when it came to your builds for the GI Joe projects, he'd be like, "What about this? Did you think about doing that?" And because he would get sucked right into it and be like,
He
trying
gives me
to.
so much crap about how many pieces my models took.
Oh, that is true.
Because he was getting ready to start printing the Scorpion,
Yeah.
and he went to Thingiverse and downloaded it, and he's like, "What is this? Like 27 pieces?"
Oh, you mean like the DeLorean?
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my
like-
God.
He's like, "What's this? Like 27 pieces? You could just might as well round it up and made it 30."
yeah, I remember saying that.
I was like,
That sounds like Mike.
So how many it took? He would have been proud of this one. This one's much fewer pieces.
Oh wow.
Nice.
You print the frame, you print this lower body, you print the upper body, wheels and tires. That's it for the basic vehicle.
It's looking good, dude. You've come so far with those models.
Yeah,
And the
definitely.
best part about it is it's snapped together now.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
No screws.
No glue, no screws, just snaps together.
So you're actually going for that retro look and feel because that's how the original ones were, except for the bigger ones.
Yeah, so that's the next phase of design for me is things that snap together. There's no glue involved in that. It's all snapped
Thanks,
together.
Ben.
Good evolution.
Yeah.
There, man.
Yeah, I know. I've been following and watching as this has been growing. Especially, it got really hard when you were having the computer problems because it's like, "Dang, damn it, Ricky's not on," or you'd get on for like 5 minutes and then the computer would crash. It's like, what?
I'm still having computer problems. We're
Well,
not over yet. I still haven't got a new computer.
yeah, I haven't either. This is actually the oldest computer I own that's hosting this stream, and I think it does better than any of my other computers.
But yeah, this one was commissioned by Pooch at Repcord,
Yeah.
and I took 4 credit in trade for the commission work that I've done for him. This one and the Rep Chopper. So I'm getting some cool products from Repcord
That's cool.
in exchange for it. But so that's to forever be branded with the Repcord logo.
Nice.
Nice.
If you send me just the hood part, I'll laser burn that for you.
So this is the Rep Ranger. Was the name that went there, and then this was the other commissioned piece, and it's getting retrofitted presently to be snapped together as well. So it's not, this one isn't the one that's available right now, isn't, but so it's the Rep Chopper.
Nice.
And so as you can see, it's also got the Ripcord logo on it.
Yeah, I started laser burning onto 3D printed products. That's what this is.
Interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like if you ever have something you want to send me a part of, I'll laser burn on it. I don't care. But yeah, look how clean that is. I mean, it's just like you can't get that great definition on the 3D printed stuff, but when you use them together, oh, it's great.
Now, could you laser burn a digital camo pattern onto something?
No, that's an interesting concept.
Probably. I mean, it would have to be in like, the half-tone grayscale, but
Right.
you got a pattern?
No,
Actually, I could probably look one up.
not yet. Yeah.
Dag nab, dude. See, you always come up with these really good ideas. Mike would love that one.
So, you design something like this, and then you laser burn the a digital camo pattern onto it.
Yeah,
That
well,
would
it would be
be-
hard to do as a full-size model unless I'm like really careful, but
Right.
I need to get a bigger laser at some point, but I got to get these paid for first, which means that I need some jobs first, but
Commission
Yeah.
work.
which I've got a ton of stuff I got to do, and I just
Oh my gosh,
Today-
Clyde! Do you want to see my list of things I got to do, Clyde?
no.
It's about as long as my body.
I don't even do a list anymore. I really don't. Well, I know
Yeah.
last night. Actually, this is right up your alley too, Ricky. Other than the electric car one that we were talking about before, is the I'm doing a SSBN 3D print. So like a ballistic sub,
Yeah.
because last year I did the SD's rocket launch console. If you remember that, the football.
Yeah.
And this year I want to do probably about a 4-foot long, nuclear submarine that has the vertical launch tubes, so I can actually launch SD's rockets out of the tail end.
That
wow.
would be sweet.
So I got servos I got to put in. I'll have to use Arduino for it. I got to get igniter systems put in so I can actually attach the leads, and then they're going to be specifically modeled for the ballistic submarine. So if I could actually do an actual, replica of like a harpoon or something like that, I would certainly do that as well. But I think for the most part, it's just like I'm gonna just, it's something that I can put on display and take around with me. So
So you'd be doing something like that?
yeah, something like that. So I'd be a little bit bigger than that, but
Well, these are just Nerf darts, but that could probably be what you're looking for right there.
oh yeah, but they got to
around
be
the
like,
tip right there.
yeah, but they're gonna definitely be 3 times that size or better.
Okay.
They have to fit at least a Type A motor. So that's why I said it's going to be about a 4-foot long submarine. So lasered camo, though. Yeah, well, let me find my pencil. I'm going to put that on my desk here as something I need to look into. Where's my pencil?
He says he doesn't write stuff down anymore.
Well, if I write it on my table, it's important. So I just don't know where my pencil is.
Yeah, I was actually debating about starting a stream this morning. I just couldn't get up to do it.
That's all right. You joined ours, right?
That's right. That's all that matters, man.
Speaking of which, we've got just about a minute left. So you guys want to say anything else?
Well, the only thing I want to say is just, I know there was a lot of people in here and people, had to come in and out and everything else like that. Thank everybody who was able to hop in and out. Thank everybody who was interacting with the chats. Sorry, the people that couldn't join in or just didn't, was maybe emotionally too much for them to join in too.
Yeah.
But let's make sure we keep everything going. If it's this channel, if it's Ricky's channel, if it's Ron's channel, it's wherever. Let's keep everything going, because I think that's what Mike would want.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I know Mike would want us to stay together and keep razzing on each other. I'm working on a chatbot project right now, but now I have a purpose for doing it. So, yeah, I mean, I thank you guys too, because this is everybody. I mean, when I say thank you guys, I mean thank everybody that's been in the chat. I think everybody that's been on the video. I think we all really needed to get this out. I know it's still fresh, but I think that doing it now was probably better than waiting until later to do it.
Yeah.
I just remember just bring this up. As I know, meeting everybody at Murph was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike there, seeing the pain that he was in, I understood he was in a lot of pain, but he wanted to be there so much.
Yep.
And it's just like, I remember, at the end, I'd say, yeah, it was great seeing you too, buddy. And that was about, it.
Yeah, I'm really kind of bummed that I didn't get to actually meet him in person. But I mean, I feel like, we have. But
Heck, he was talking about going to Earth.
yeah,
The last couple of videos. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to make it. He was very disappointed that I wasn't going to come, but
yeah, I'm still struggling with how to make it to Earth. But now that is definitely something that I really want to do. I think I'd like to bring maybe we'll work together and plan out a little like monument thing that we can print, or actually maybe that would be another peace project.
That would be a really good peace project.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
think everybody would jump in on that.
And we could turn it into a fundraiser too for the for wife and kids and stuff. And I mean, maybe that would be something that we could do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the best of designers. I mean, I would be happy to have somebody help with that. I definitely would volunteer my print time for that. So, but I think we should all keep in touch and, plan that out. I think a community, like a community mural would be an excellent thing, and try to incorporate all the things that, we love about Mike. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that very much.
And
he's going to be missed.
Yeah.
So
thanks again, Clyde, for hosting this. And like I said, it was very therapeutic to get in here and talk about some of the good times.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Like I said, this is for all of us. So, and thank you, Ricky, for coming in too. It means a lot, Ron.
Yeah, it's the aftermath of after talking about all this. It just comes back and hits you like a 2x4.
Yeah.
2x4 Mack truck.
Yeah. And thanks,
I know,
John.
Joe, but I know you're more connected to him than anyone, than all of us here.
I talked to him a lot offline. Him and I had a lot of Discord chats. He struggled, and I think the bigger part was he did know he did, and but he made the best of what he had, and I guess it's a good mantra to live by. Live the best you can, and and always have a smile and just joke about your failures. It's definitely life's never going to end, no matter what happens, and goofy stuff. So yeah, just always keep heads up, and we as a community, we just gotta always make sure we're there for each other and keep him in our hearts and our minds.
I agree. Thank you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ryan brought up a good thing. Do a community print of Mike's logo. Maybe maybe we add the in memorial to and dates or something on it.
Yeah. I think we could certainly make that big. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I'll stay on the hangout for just a second after this, but I want to close out by saying, you know what? As Vince likes to point out, Mike always liked to end his stream by thanks for stopping by. So I think that there's nothing better than that. So, you know what? Thanks for stopping by.